Sitting quietly between cinnamon sticks and peppercorns, there's a spice most people forget about. Small, dry, dark brown. It doesn't look like much at all, but inside that tiny bud is something remarkable, a natural remedy your body still remembers, even if you haven't used it in years. For generations, people have turned to cloves for more than flavor. They use them to ease pain, to calm the stomach, to freshen breath, to gently clear the mind when the world felt heavy. And now modern science is finally catching up to what tradition already knew. That chewing a single clove each day could make a real difference, especially as we get older. This video is your quiet guide to 10 ways cloves can support your health. We'll look at the small changes, the simple habits, the powerful relief hidden in something you already have at home. If your body's been feeling off lately, a little more tired, a little more bloated, a little less sharp, stay with me. This might be the quiet answer you didn't know you were looking for. Let's begin with something that so many of us struggle with, that slow, uncomfortable feeling after meals, and how one clove might be the first step to easing your digestion. Easing digestive discomfort naturally. As we grow older, digestion tends to change. Meals that once felt comforting can suddenly leave us feeling heavy, bloated, or uncomfortable. It might start with a little pressure after dinner, or a strange fullness that just doesn't go away. And over time, many older adults begin avoiding certain foods altogether, not because they don't enjoy them, but because they fear what comes after. This is where cloves offer something small but powerful. When chewed, even just one clove can help your body kickstart the digestive process. It wakes up the enzymes your stomach needs to break down food. And it helps calm the muscles in your gut, reducing that tight, gassy feeling that makes you want to lie down after eating. For people who deal with indigestion or uncomfortable bloating, this tiny bud can be a gentle companion. It doesn't numb or mask the issue. It supports your body's natural rhythm. And for some, that alone can bring real relief. Helen, a 72-year-old grandmother from Tallahassee, knows this feeling well. For years, she kept a bottle of antacids by her bedside. After nearly every dinner, she'd sit in her recliner with that familiar pressure in her stomach. It made her feel tired. And worse, it made her afraid to enjoy the foods she used to love. One day, her daughter suggested something different, a single clove after dinner. Helen wasn't sure at first. The taste was strong, but she gave it a try. After a week, she noticed she wasn't reaching for those chalky tablets as often. Her stomach felt lighter. She could lie down at night without that uncomfortable tightness. And slowly her meal times became enjoyable again. Cloves aren't a miracle, but they are consistent. And for many older adults like Helen, they can be the quiet helper that turns mealtime from a burden back into a pleasure. Freshening breath and strengthening oral health. For many older adults, the quiet discomfort of oral health issues can become a daily struggle. Dry mouth, gum tenderness, a lingering taste that just won't go away. And most of all, the worry that your breath might not be as fresh as you'd like. It's not just about hygiene, it's about confidence. Being able to speak, smile, or laugh without hesitation. Cloves, with their strong antibacterial properties, have long been used as a natural breath freshener. When chewed, they release a compound called eugenol. It helps kill the bacteria in the mouth that cause bad breath. Not just masking odors, but addressing the root cause. Cloves can also help calm inflamed gums and reduce soreness in the mouth. For people with occasional toothaches or sensitive areas, chewing a clove on the opposite side of the pain can provide a little numbing relief. The sensation is warm, a bit spicy, but many find that the benefits far outweigh the bite. And because cloves help support the natural balance of good bacteria in the mouth, they may also help prevent larger issues from developing over time. It's important to be gentle, though. Clove oil, if used directly, should always be diluted, and chewing too many cloves too often can lead to temporary numbness. Moderation, as always, is key, but when used wisely, this tiny spice can offer something more than just flavor. It can restore a sense of freshness, comfort, and the quiet confidence to speak clearly and smile freely again. Supporting heart health, one chew at a time. Heart health is one of those topics that sits quietly in the background of daily life. You might not think about it every moment, but it's always there. In your energy levels, your blood pressure, the way your chest feels after a long walk or a stressful day. Cloves contain antioxidants that help protect your heart at the cellular level. These antioxidants can help reduce oxidative stress, which is one of the main contributors to heart disease. They may also support healthy blood pressure and cholesterol levels when paired with other good habits. For seniors who are already managing these concerns, cloves are not a replacement for medication or diet, but they can be a helpful partner, a small natural support that works quietly in the background. Robert, a 75-year-old retired bus driver in Phoenix, had been dealing with high blood pressure for years. He was careful with his medication. He stayed active, but he always felt like he was chasing numbers, never quite in control. One day his wife read about clove tea and decided to try it. Just a few cloves steeped in warm water each afternoon. After a couple of months, Robert's doctor noticed a modest improvement. Nothing dramatic, but enough to make a difference. Enough for Robert to feel hopeful. More than the numbers, it was the sense of calm that returned. A feeling that he wasn't just reacting to problems, but doing something small each day to care for his heart. Sometimes that's all we really need. A way to feel like we're back in the driver's seat, boosting immunity with every bite. As we age, our immune system often needs more support. It's not that it gives up, it just slows down. We become more vulnerable to seasonal illness. We take longer to recover, and sometimes the smallest infection feels like it lingers for weeks. Cloves can give the immune system a gentle nudge in the right direction. They help fight harmful bacteria and viruses thanks to their antiviral and antibacterial properties. They also stimulate the white blood cells that act as your body's first line of defense. Chewing a clove in the morning or sipping clove tea during cold season can feel like a quiet shield. You're not making loud changes. You're just preparing your body to respond better when something unexpected comes along. There's also a deeper layer to immune strength, one that connects to your gut, because a healthy digestive system supports a stronger immune system too. And as we've already seen, cloves play a role in keeping the digestive tract in balance. Supporting your immunity isn't always about doing more. Sometimes it's about doing one small thing with intention, like chewing a clove before stepping outside, or warming your hands around a mug of spiced tea on a chilly morning. It's a habit that may not shout, but it speaks clearly to the body, calming joint pain and inflammation. The older we get, the more we feel our years in our joints. Knees that used to bend without a thought now hesitate. Fingers that once buttoned shirts with ease feel swollen in the morning. It's not always sharp pain. Sometimes it's just a dull ache that never quite goes away. This kind of inflammation is common, and while it's often managed with medication, nature offers its own quiet support. Cloves contain compounds that help reduce inflammation in the body. Chewing just one a day can help ease that internal tension especially in areas that are chronically sore. The beauty of this support is in its simplicity. You're not adding another pill. You're not changing your whole routine. You're giving your body a small signal, a reminder that it can begin to heal even slowly. Many seniors pair their clove habit with gentle stretching or warm compresses, and over time they report a softening, less stiffness in the morning, a little more ease when walking across the room, a little more hope. You may not notice the change in a day, but your body might begin to move with more grace, and that's something worth protecting. Sharpening focus and easing mental fatigue. There's a different kind of fog that many seniors talk about, not the kind in the sky, but the one that settles in the mind. You sit down to read and your thoughts wander. You open the fridge and forget why. You know it's normal, but still it makes you feel distant from yourself. Cloves offer a surprising benefit here too. Their natural oils help improve circulation not just in the body but in the brain. Better blood flow often means better alertness, more clarity, less of that heavy drifting feeling that steals your energy. And because cloves are rich in antioxidants, they help protect brain cells from damage over time. Think of it like clearing the mental cobwebs, not all at once, but gradually, gently. Patricia, 68, a retired teacher from Oregon, used to spend her mornings in a haze. She'd sit with her coffee, stare at her planner, and feel overwhelmed before the day even began. Her doctor ruled out anything serious, so she started looking for small natural ways to support her focus. She began chewing a clove each morning while journaling. Just one. It became part of her rhythm. After a few weeks, she noticed her mind felt lighter. Her thoughts came easier. It wasn't a miracle, but it was real. That tiny ritual became something sacred, a moment of peace, a moment of presence, quieting nausea and settling the stomach. Sometimes it hits in the morning, sometimes after taking your pills, sometimes for no reason at all. That queasy, uneasy feeling that makes you want to skip meals or lie down until it passes. For many older adults, nausea becomes part of the background, especially when juggling multiple medications or digestive changes. But cloves have long been used to gently settle the stomach. Their warm, spicy oils help relax the muscles in the gut. They also soothe the nerves that trigger nausea in the first place. Chewing a clove after waking or sipping clove tea slowly can bring calm without harsh chemicals. The taste might be strong at first, but many people find that just holding the clove in the mouth is enough to bring relief. It's a small act. But when your stomach finally relaxes and your appetite returns, it feels like getting a little piece of yourself back. And that matters more than we often say out loud. Protecting the liver and supporting detox. Your liver works every day without complaint. It filters your blood, breaks down toxins, helps balance your hormones and digest your food. But over time, especially with age, that quiet engine can slow down. You may not feel it directly, but you might notice more fatigue, more sensitivity to foods, less resilience overall. Cloves contain compounds that help protect the liver. They support its natural detoxification processes and may help reduce inflammation in liver tissue. For older adults, this means extra support in keeping your inner systems clean and efficient. This isn't about doing a trendy cleanse. It's about showing care for an organ that works tirelessly behind the scenes. Adding a clove to your morning or evening routine can be one more way to say thank you, to remind your body that you're still listening. And when the body feels heard, it often responds with healing, soothing cold symptoms and supporting lungs. As the seasons change, many older adults find themselves more vulnerable to coughs, congestion, and lingering colds. Even a mild cold can take weeks to fully shake, and anything that affects the lungs becomes more serious with age. Cloves have long been used to support the respiratory system. Their oils act as natural expectorants, helping to loosen mucus and calm irritation in the throat. The antimicrobial properties also help your body fight off the germs that cause cold symptoms in the first place. You can chew a clove slowly when your throat feels dry or scratchy, or you can steep a few in warm water with lemon and honey. Some even add cloves to a bowl of hot water for gentle steam inhalation. These aren't new tricks. They're old wisdoms, the kind passed down quietly from grandmother to child. And for good reason. They work. Not with a bang, but with a steady, comforting warmth that wraps around your lungs and says you're going to be all right. Enhancing blood sugar balance. Naturally, managing blood sugar is one of the most important and challenging parts of aging. Even if you're not diabetic, small spikes and dips can affect your mood, your energy, and your overall health. Cloves have shown promise in helping regulate blood sugar levels. They may support insulin sensitivity and reduce post-meal glucose spikes. That means fewer crashes, fewer cravings, and more steady energy throughout the day. Of course, this doesn't replace medication or diet changes, but it adds another tool to your kit, a gentle nudge toward balance. When you chew a clove before a meal, you're not just adding a spice. You're offering your body something familiar, something real. And over time, that small gesture can support something much bigger. Sometimes the answers we need aren't far away. They're already in our homes, in the small things we've walked past 100 times, like a single clove sitting in the corner of the spice rack. Quiet, unassuming, but full of healing. As we've seen today, that tiny spice holds a surprising power to ease discomfort, to support your heart, to clear your mind, and to gently remind your body that it can still heal, still recover, still thrive. You don't have to make big changes. You don't have to chase fads. Just one small habit, one thoughtful choice. That's where real change begins. And maybe that's the lesson behind it all, that getting older isn't about losing strength. It's about returning to the simple things that truly work, letting go of noise, and holding on to what brings us peace. If there's one message I hope stays with you today, it's this. Your body hasn't given up on you. It's listening. And even one little clove a day can remind it that healing is still possible. So if this video brought you a little insight or a little hope, I'd love for you to stay with us. Like the video, subscribe to the Longevity Secret channel, and if you have a story to share or a question on your mind, leave a comment below. We always love hearing from you. Until next time, take care of your body, be kind to yourself. And remember, healing doesn't always start in a hospital. Sometimes it starts in your kitchen, with something small and something real. See you in the next video. And until then, stay well, stay curious, and stay gentle with yourself.